Okay, so, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And therefore, I thought it would be a good idea to rewatch the prequels, the prequel trilogy, then the sequel trilogy, and the original trilogy, and all that, and review each movie in them. So, we're going to start with The Phantom Menace. Right off the bat, I just want to say, for a movie that came out in like the late 90s, it looks really good. The action is solid. Um, Character performances can be a little wonky at times, but I didn't find them too bad or too distracting or anything like that. The story is relatively simple. It was what they were gonna do with the prequels all the way back in like when the original trilogy was coming out. They were talking about doing the origins of Darth Vader. Now a lot of people complain about the prequels because Anakin is a chosen one archetype, and that apparently wasn't mentioned in the original trilogy. Well, it wasn't mentioned that he was going to be that he was a chosen one in the original trilogy. I don't find too much of a problem with the whole Anakin's a chosen one. That doesn't really bother me. And one of the other things is that he's a Mary Sue, because in this movie he blows up the main droid ship, you know, in a ship he's never piloted before. But they already explained that he's a good pilot because of the pod racing scene, which is very underrated. Yeah, I like the pod racing scene. Sue me. Qui-Gon was kind of an interesting character, but then they just killed him off, and that's saddening. I would have liked to have seen more of him, but I guess it makes sense, because how else is Obi-Wan going to end up Anakin's trainer, his master, if Qui-Gon's still alive? Because Qui-Gon's the one that wanted to train Anakin in the first place. Obi-Wan's like, no, 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 you gotta do what the Council says. Actually, the Jedi Council kind of like look like these like emotionless like jerks. Like, oh, you're a child and you fear for your mother's life because she's been left back on Tatooine as a slave. That's a bad thing. We won't train you. Okay, but do you know he's a former slave? He doesn't have anywhere else to go but back to slavery on Tatooine, right? I mean, it's not like he's going to get a job in Coruscant fixing up vehicles. I mean, like, what else? I did like the, Droid Army. I thought that was cool. I always liked the Droid Army concept in the first place. I was starting to explain why so many people hate droids in the original trilogy. Because remember that scene where 3PO and R2D2 or R2D2 go into the cantina with Luke and Obi-Wan, and the bartender's like, "Hey, we don't serve their kind here." So that makes more sense why people don't like droids in the original trilogy, because there was an army of them attacking planets in the prequels. Which isn't that long ago. It doesn't actually take place that long ago, but we'll get into that in Revenge of the Sith when we explain. When it covers Luke and Leia's birth and all that. I don't know why people give the kid that played Anakin in this such flack. I mean, he was a child. It wasn't like he's going to be given an Oscar-worthy performance, but he didn't do that bad, in my opinion. It's not a masterpiece. But it's not as bad as people say it is. It's a great movie. There are some parts that are rather slow, but there were parts in the original trilogy that were rather slow. Like, oh, we're gonna dip into this cave on the asteroid and spend, like, what, 10 minutes there arguing over whether the ship needs repaired or not? Only to find out it's not a cave, but a giant worm. Did they ever explain that? The asteroid worm? I don't think they did. I don't remember. It's probably explained somewhere in the extended universe, but that doesn't matter because it's not canon anymore. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so I don't like Jar Jar, so yeah, that was kind of a big thumbs down for me. He's not as bad as I remember him being when I watched this years ago. So I don't really have a lot to complain about, to be honest. I mean, it's a Star Wars movie, and there's going to be good stuff in it no matter how bad the writing or cinematography is, and it's not bad in this movie. The writing's solid, as already said, and I like the cinematography and like the different worlds, because there are different worlds in the galaxy now. You know, it's not just desert and ice planets and jungle planets. So I actually ended up liking this a lot, and a lot more than I remember liking it when I first watched it. And when I watched it throughout the years, I like it more now. So it grew on me. Imagine that when critics are hounding in your ears about how bad the prequels are, and you just watch them as going in. It's like, okay, this is just a movie, a Star Wars movie. Let's see. They aren't as bad as everybody keeps saying they are. Actually, they're a lot better than I was expecting. Well, this one is a lot better than I was expecting. I haven't rewatched Attack of the Clones yet. That's the next review. But anyways, I'd give this a solid... I'd probably say... real quick, for now on, my reviews are going to be something out of 10 instead of out of 5, because that ranking them out of 5 is really constricting. So I would give Phantom Menace, I will give Phantom Menace a 7 out of 10. It's like, it's not a masterpiece, but it's not bad. It's, you know, 5 would be about average, so yeah, it's well above average. And tune in next review, which will hopefully be Attack of the Clones. I don't know, I might watch an animated movie next and put it on my animated movie list of reviews. Oh, and bye. And give yourselves a big thumbs up. I don't want to forget that, you know, give yourselves a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching.